Motherfucker say nigga.
I know you fucking lying, Empress. You just called this the third nigga Slim.
My apologies, Slim. Please forgive me.
I will start set tripping in this bitch.
Or gang banging then.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'll leave.
When she had nothing to do with this at all.
And let me I'm glad you mentioned that. Let me clock some shit real quick, right? Because everybody keeps saying that Kevdacomic was the one that brought Rick's wife into this, right?
Wait, what? What was that said?
Man, that's all they've been saying is I'm the one that, oh my God, where you been? Everybody keeps.
Y'all see how Blaze is.
It's been since yesterday.
So Blaze went to go listen to the clip of what Kev and how Kev felt to now say, well, then that's not this or it's not that. Like, come on. See, that's why Morilla just played all on your forehead. She just ran track on your forehead and you still didn't get it.
She said you would never stand for this if it was your wife or your daughter.
So
Nitra is the one that brought his wife in the middle of this, not me.
they was dogpiling on Rick, Kiana, all of them were, I don't know who live it was, but they was all dogpiling on Rick, talking about how do you hang out with Kev when you stand for this, you stand for that, you need to get rid of Kev.
No, Blaze, this was recently. This was recently, a week or two ago. Nitra did a live. And it's on.
That's what I'm saying. They planted this seed months ago, like right after the Players Ball when Kiana was a fucking factor.
Miss Nitra did a whole live where she called out Rick the Ruler and she drew a correlation comparing herself to Rick's wife and his daughter. I'm not the one that brought Rick's wife up. Nitra is. Go look on the blogs.
All right.
You gonna make it about Nitra when you got caught up with Slim.
Everyone's saying it was your live last week, FYI.
You know, Nitra went over here. He's just, that's his new narrative he's trying to spin.
Nitra definitely did that. She was trying to say that Kev's girlfriend was sleeping around, doing all this other stuff. Literally, she had the whole live.
That's exactly what she try
to say. How did she try to say what this woman was doing when the woman said what she was doing? How did she try? When she was talking to the man on the phone.
Everybody ran with that shit.
The girlfriend said it in 4K.
Is a woman. She sat there and she painted the picture that my girlfriend was a slut. She actually said that.
No, your girlfriend said she was a slut.
She did a whole live talking about.
We heard your girlfriend slit herself out. We're not trying to hear the sympathy shit.
He know that's true. Thank you, Tim. He know that. I don't know why he trying to say, but you know, Blaze. Never mind. I ain't even going.
He know he bought her. He never caught her.
I don't know if he bought her. Now, I ain't going to say none of that. But she was the one that went live while he was live talking in his house. Well, I think he was at her house talking about, she was talking to some nigga telling that nigga to pick her up and they were going to do they whoop the bop, 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 bop. So that was in 4K. She put her own self out there. Miss Nitra just got the motherfucking clip of the shit.
I don't know if you understand like terminology as far as bought her, never caught her means that you tricked on her to get her. That's all it means.
I get it.
Bought her. But we do know he tricked on her to get her though. We know that. The flights out of town, the Airbnbs, the I do this and I pay everything when the women come in town and all that shit. And she 31, she described how broken she was.
Yeah, she did.
He didn't call her. We know that this nigga love buying $40 Happy Meals, and we know that he also bought a $40 Happy Meal that had a surprise in it, which was an STD that had his shit leaking, and he went to the hospital because he didn't get it checked. We know these things, not because of we're suspecting or projecting or speculating. We know he got the $40 Happy Meal and he was leaking and went to the hospital, damn near died because what he says online.
That's not no grown man mentality. You always want to be the one talk, but you don't want to listen, buddy. You know, because if you were listening, comments wouldn't even matter to you. When somebody having a grown-up conversation with you, the comments don't matter to you.
Stop right there. Hold up, Blaze. Hold up, Blaze.
To read out a comment so you can
Hold up. Stop. Hold up, Blaze. Hold up, Blaze. Hold up, Blaze. Let's be clear. When he came in the box, I turned the comments off. I turned the comments off.
So, Kev, let me ask you a question. Remember how she said that men need to stay in their lane?
That's what they all say.
That's just a one-way street. I mean, I'm asking because according to her, this is her definition of being in men's business, right?
The same rules don't apply, Blaze. You ain't learned that yet?
Come on now.
You ain't learned that. Surely you learned that by now. Surely you learned that by now. The same rules don't see. They know they can't fuck with me. And whether it's individually, they all gang up. They can't break me. It's just like I used the example tonight on my live. It's just like with Frank Lucas, Nino Brown, and because they couldn't break them. They had to go to the people that's around them that they fuck with. They had to go to the people that's around them to fuck with because they can't get.
It's the same thing. It's a tactic that's repeated on this app all the time. Why do you think they go after my wife? Why do you think they go after my children?
People that's around them to fuck with because they like that.
They ain't gonna break me either. They ain't gonna break my family either.
Yeah, I can't be broken like that. Because my principles don't change regardless of it. Who's gonna follow me, all that other stuff. Who don't like me? My principles don't change.
I expect that nothing less from you, Kev.
You don't listen. You don't. And it's sad that everybody is saying it more than they're not. You have 3 people that are agreeing with you, that's agreeing with you. 3. And I'm telling you, those 3 fading far in the background because they are sick of it. It's the truth, Kevin. Shit, learn how to come back and regroup.
Fuck you.
Let that man talk. You're doing all the talking. That's the damn problem. You talk your way into this situation, now you don't even know how to talk yourself out of it.
I'm not trying to talk myself out of a motherfucking thing. I'm not trying to talk myself out of a motherfucking thing. I'm not changing what I stand on for nobody. And I don't care whose wagon is hitched with who. I respect it enough to dial it back when I'm in other motherfucking spaces. But ain't nobody finna give me no fucking ultimatum. Who the fuck are y'all?
I ain't never been no follower. I ain't gonna hold you.
Let it go. Childish. You see how childish that is? That is so immature. See, he won't. You know what? I'm gonna just leave it like. I think the best thing is to just leave it like that. I'm glad Rick got his face out. You know, I understand where you're coming from, and you got it. I'm gonna just leave it right there.
What else was I supposed to do?
My bad, Kev. What's up?
What else was I supposed to do? I saw that the conversation was going left. I cut the comments off. What else was I supposed to do? Was just sit there and entertain y'all and get into it? What else was I supposed to do?
Let them be entertained. That's what they wanted you to do, to let them be entertained by this shit. I wouldn't even give him this. Like, look, I'm not having this conversation with you online.
What the fuck is I supposed to do? I let it go. And look, this is what fucked with me right tonight. This is what really, really fucked with me today. After my morning show, my morning show ended about 11:30, 12 o'clock. I talked to him on the back end. And he still came live and had a panel with FOE in his panel, and they dragging me in the comments. I already talked to you on the back end. We talked. You said you understood.
I've seen a little bit of that when they all poured into his live and they were trying to.
Why would you even go live? Why do that?
I think it was Miss Tweet in there.
Why do that? We talked on the back end. I told him, I said, Blaze recapping it right now. Go over and Blaze live, because you was recapping it at the time. When I came in here, I had just got off the phone with him. When I came in your live this morning, I just got off the phone with him, Blaze.
Hold on 1 second. Blaze, Marilla, I don't know what you're talking about. If you're upset with me, so be it. But I don't really know what you're talking about. Nobody blaming you for good.
And then I'm getting clips when he talking about our back end conversation.
Yeah, that's what kind of caught me off guard. Like, I thought the whole thing that Rick told everybody is that y'all conversations don't make it to this end.
I'm getting clips when he talk about the whole back end conversation.
And then the whole thing about the whole.
And then you got your comments open.
About the party, I'm not understanding why that even came out or what that needed to be said for.
Cause see, now I look at it differently, right?
Why can't the man have his comments on? You be in other spaces where people is talking about you and they don't turn their comments off. So why are you expecting him to do that? Because you chose to do that? Rick ain't on messy side of TikTok, so he just having a regular conversation. He ain't aware that he's not supposed to talk about their back end conversation, because he chopping it up, letting them know, like, hey, it is what it is. It sounds like you and your feelings yet again expecting him to do something that the way you would have done it.
No, Empress. I love you, but I gotta call it the way it is. Do you not know? Do you want to say you want to call a spade a spade? Your relationship with Rick is what made Rick open his eyes after I believe that Rick really heard when I came back over here and said, man, that nigga tripping. You ain't do none of that shit. And I know how you rock with him. I respected you. Because when he was on Kev Live, what did he say specifically? Man, fuck that nigga. I don't want to talk to that nigga. I ain't nothing. But he heard me come over here and defend you. He heard me also come over here and say, I regret that shit came out. I don't mind talking to him. And that nigga actually gave it a chance. And then when he got to hear the dynamics of it, even when we and him first started talking, I said, that nigga said that I said I will fuck the shit out of your wife if she wants to fuck the shit out of you. I'm not going to say the other parts, but I'm saying, like, when he heard me say that to him, and then he was like, nah, nigga, you ain't say that shit. Know what I'm saying? I know you ain't say that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think he locked in on how this nigga is trying to triangulate every relationship that doesn't move the way that he wants them to move. And now it's like, nah, nigga, you steady putting me in the middle of shit. It's one thing to kiss strays from being associated with you, but those strays are not direct beef with me. It's another thing where now you trying to get me to directly beef with people that I'm cool with. And that's what put the nail in the coffin for Kev. Y'all are directly related.
It's either that or he went and actually, I think he might have just thought about it. Shit, I don't know.
I'm not going to sit here and say that he wasn't already tired of Kev shit. But I think that Kev trying to get him to turn on you and Ms. Nitra because of me. And you got to remember, me and Rick, and what Rick said, man, we wasn't even supposed to be beefing like that. he started to realize like this nigga the problem. And that's what tipped the scale. You fuck what a motherfucker say, I feel like that's what tipped the scale. He trying to get everybody that he fuck with that don't move a rock with Kev to go against, for Rick to go against them. Or make it seem like they're an enemy. And Rick probably caught it at that point in time. Cause once he heard,
he could have, cause he know if I go in, he know it's for a logical reason. Like he know me. Like I don't know, cause
didn't he give you a apology?
He your ass up, so something ain't right if she over here fighting with your ass like this.
Didn't he give you an apology today?
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and the reason why he gave you an apology, I'm not trying to get these women to do some shit that I wouldn't want them to do. I want these women to do what I feel like they gonna do from the heart.
I don't know, because you was low-key diabolical for some things that you did say, though.
I'm never gonna deny that. I would. But at the exact same time, he can't expect you to move the way that he moved because you're a woman. Like he said in the apology to you, if you would have went at me that hard, I could have attacked you. Which, you know, me and you should know that ain't gonna happen, because I fuck with you enough to be like, you know what, bye. I'm gone. I don't even want to hear that whole ass shit. I'm gone.
Shit, I would have, I wouldn't even argue with you. I'd have just dropped you. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Out of here.
It was the fact that he started realizing like, nah, this ain't even how my people rock.
Whoa.
And you steady bringing the negative people to me. I'm sorry, Delisha, go ahead.
Oh no, I just saw a comment in this live and I didn't mean to say it out loud, but Jesus.
What it said?
People are, I don't know what Kev is talking about, but people are saying, yeah, Rick needs to know. Kevin knew. Rick is furious. Rick is fake, period. It was all by design. I wrote, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Those are Kev supporters, so,
I know, I'm not surprised by it, but don't mind me when I have a reaction.
Play the clip, though.
Okay.
I don't care. She's the one that did a video that's on the blog right now calling Rick out, saying, I'm the one that brought it to Rick's attention because Rick didn't even know about the video. Rick didn't even know about the video. I'm the one that brought it to his attention that she did a whole video calling him out. I said, Rick, she's trying to use her platform against you. I told him that. I told him that. When she did that live and did that video, I said, Rick, you need to see what's on the blog.
So let's see. I keep taking it back. Rewind when they all had that live and they dogpiled Rick about being friends with you. Kiana, all of them were in that live. They came up there and was all in the live getting on Rick. It was nothing but a bunch of women getting on Rick about being friends with you.
Because they can't break me. Because they can't break me. All this shit, Blaze, all the shit that I done been through before the Players Ball, after the Players Ball, since the Players Ball, leading up to now.
Now let's be
what was that?
Take it a step further. They did it with Sunkiss. They did it with Auntie Pearl. They all keep coming at the people that's around you saying, how can you hang out with this
Who
person?
the fuck is Sunkiss?
How can you hang out with that?
That nigga
They can't break me. So now they going after the people that's around me. Now they going after the people that's around me, and some of them weak enough to fall for it.
I tell you, this shit is by design. It's not an accident. It's not an accident. It's not coincidence.
And when one thing about them tables is they always turn. What
if they don't this time?
Once you
replay every time, the T-shirts, the divide and conquer.
But one thing with that divide and conquer, what do you always see happen, Blaze, with that divide and conquer? Once they divide, the motherfucker that switched up always end up realizing they switched up for the wrong side.
Thank you, TikTok.
Every time, it never fails. I'm used to motherfuckers.
The sad part is Rick don't give a damn about nothing moving over here.
Don't change. Don't
Nothing.
change. You just said the motherfucker standing there.
Nothing. They ain't gonna come over here. Ain't gonna participate with nothing over here. He ain't finna even have a conversation in regards to this shit.
I ain't never switched up.
Never will. I ain't switching up for none of these. I don't even give a fuck that much to switch up for none of these motherfuckers.
Bro, you switch up every goddamn day.
And for Kev to say that, I think he was really hurt by it went because he did sit in that box and Rick did carry on the conversation as if he wasn't there, but the conversation needed to be heard.
What did I tell y'all? What did I, hold up. What did I say? For all y'all, Bando, I know y'all watch because I'm streaming you too over on my side too. Bando, what did I tell y'all? They carried that conversation up there like I wasn't even there. What did I say? What the fuck did I say?
All by design, bro.
So I ain't the only one that saw it like that. I'm not the only one that saw it like that. Look at the comments.
If you surround yourself with whole ass people, they gonna always agree with you on whole ass points, though, right?
I clocked it. Ain't nobody else have to clock that shit for me.
So yeah, I don't know what he was expecting from Rick, but I mean, I think it was a good conversation. So what you said, Rick? Go ahead. No, go straight. I didn't cut you off. Yeah, he sat down mute. So I think his feelings hurt because he thought that when Slim got on that conversation, that live, it was gonna be in Kevin's favor, but it what Rick put it on the floor respectfully. So this is the thing. Rick is holding them accountable. All of them other monkeys on this platform, even the women, they don't hold them accountable. They kiki kaka.
Okay, so when is anybody going to hold Nitra accountable?
Never will.
It take two to motherfucking tango if y'all going to play it like that.
And holding me accountable for what?
Moving the
I
goalpost.
don't know.
Holding me accountable for what? The players' ball?
Responding, I guess.
Not the
Moving
players'
the
ball.
goalpost.
Accountability for the players' ball, because that's what Peter said the other night. That I need to take accountability for the players. What y'all want me to take accountability for? When it comes to the players' ball, y'all can kiss my ass. When it comes to my response to y'all and the players' ball, y'all can kiss my ass. Anybody got any questions about anything or anything else that y'all think I might need to say, y'all can kiss my ass too. On God and them. Ain't nobody have nothing on the line but me. That was my $24,000 plus. Mine.
I know one thing, they can't call you broke no more then.
We can. You just lost $24,000.
Plus dollars, because the police officers that were there, whether y'all liked them or not, they were $500 a piece. I had two of them. That's another $1,000. I gave away over $2,000 at the players' ball alone in cash. That wasn't included in that $24,000.
Don't sound broke to me.
Can I say something real quick? Can you see me real quick for me?
Yeah.
All right, look. If a motherfucker say they spend $24,000, why is you highlighting 3? Why is you highlighting $3,000? You muted, Empress. Why is you highlighting 3? You highlighting some money you gave away and the police officer money. Huh?
Did you ask me a question?
Yeah, I said if you actually spent $24,000, why is you highlighting 3?
I don't know how much he spent. I really don't know.
Listen to the logic though. Listen to the logic. The motherfucker gonna say, hey, not to mention the DJs and all of this shit, nigga. That is on the front end of the 24,000. Feel me? That shouldn't be the extra shit that you count. The 24,000 should be DJs, photographer, venue, food, all of that shit. The police, the security, all of that shit.
Well, I thought that's what he said.
He's talking about the extra money that he spent. Like, not to mention the $1,000 that I spent on the 2 cops that came. Not to mention the money we gave away. All of this shit supposed to be included in that 24? Because you knew you was gonna do this shit when the event was starting.
Well, I thought all of it was included. I didn't till now. He's saying that other stuff was not included. So, I don't know.
They been saying so. You telling me, Imp, you've been around long enough. Imp, you've been around long enough to know that it was always gonna be a motherfucking players ball outfit badge, right? That wasn't last minute. That was something that was always there. Like the who had the best outfit, best dress gonna win something.
Yeah, that was there.
That was always there. Exactly. Why are you counting this shit after the fact? Now you came up with a number and got some receipts that could validate your number, but not necessarily the receipts that you paid for shit. I can't see $24,000 there.
So my question is okay, so you spent this amount of money. Would you be upset if it was more people there? What did you want there that was going to justify the amount of money that got spent? Because I'm confused. You said there was over 200 people. The space only carried, the occupation was 300 people, if I'm not mistaken. I think he said he was 300 or 350. What did you want out of this money? Because people are still going to talk. You know, when people get married, there be people talking about that food up there. Because I'm wanting to, that's why I eat before I go. Because that food be dry as hell. But people talk about all kind of events when they go to a wedding, they go to a baby shower. There's some people that just have shit to say. So I'm trying to figure out what did you want? What did you want out of it that you're just fucking pissed off about?
Man, that man going through exactly what the fuck
I'm confused. You spent 24,000, but what did you want from the people? Because even if it turned out to be amazing, some people will still gonna have some negative ass shit to say because some people are just negative motherfuckers.
He wanted to recoup his investment.
How would you gonna recoup it?
He wanted to be a sold out show. 300 times 200 would be 60,000.
No, so to my knowledge, she said that everybody was getting in free to the show. It was already covered. Everything that was going on. I think the only thing that people was going to really spend their own money out of while they was there is their room and board, and I think that Sunday dinner. So I don't know if he was. I think maybe what's bothering him is that he expected to come back to the app and people had good things to say, because there was people that had good things to say, and you had the same people that were saying negative shit.
But the thing is, I'm telling you, he thought that.
Okay, Coco, I could agree to that too, Coco.
He wanted the shit to sell out. The shit didn't sell out. He was still selling tickets at the door. Poozy was finna pay in cash at the door, but Petty Rowe gave her a ticket. He was still selling cash tickets at the door. The nigga didn't recoup.
Either way, you got. I mean, if you still
he might not have took a big ass loss on 24,000 exactly. But
okay, so I see what you're saying, Slim. You saying is, hey, he was hoping to get some of that back with the ticket sales. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he failed. You
had to get an awful lot back because 200 people came there. The capacity, I think, was 300 or 350. You said it was 200.
I'm gonna give it to you just like this though. 200 times 50 is 10,000.
Well, he had a couple of people that bought VIPs.
Exactly. So even if you break it down, it wasn't that many VIPs. You know what I'm saying? He still didn't get over 24,000.
Even if he met the capacity, he still.
He could have met it. He could have got it if he met capacity, but he would have. That's the reason why he feels some type of way.
But that was going to be slightly impossible though, because. You know, people. If we even wouldn't ask Dime, truthfully, Diamond. If we asked Diamond, all of the people that came, did she meet the quota of what she wanted? Probably not.
It's not about the quota. It's about the amount of tickets. Diamond tickets be sold out.
Well.
Mm-hmm. You can't pay for no ticket at the door with Diamond events.
Then the next question I would ask you is, why is it sold out? Why? Because she's done it already multiple times. People know what they're looking forward to because she's done it multiple times. This was his first time.
Watch this. Her first one sold out too. You know that, right? Her first one sold out.
I forgot about it, but he did.
Food. She bought a bigger venue and sold that bitch out too.
Well,
The thing is, what motherfuckers is not wanting to accept or not wanting to address. I know some people like, nah, Kev put in the work. Nobody likes Kev. Even the people in his chat, the bando don't like Kev. It wasn't that many bando members there. You mean to tell me you got 200 to 300 people sitting in that bitch with you every day and you ain't get 30 bando members in that bitch?
Let me tell you why. It would have been a little bit more successful, but you chose a holiday month. That's December. It's Christmas. It wasn't going to be, and that's my own personal opinion, is that it was just probably Christmas. Had he chose a different month, it might have been a little bit more of a turnout. But that's a holiday where we spend a lot of money on our kids.
Nah,
people are traveling to go hang out with their family.
You want to know how that don't matter?
A lot of people are doing a lot of stuff. It was just, I think it might have just been the month he chose.
Watch this. You want to know how that don't matter? And I know it don't matter. What is September for any motherfucking parent with kids?
September is nothing's going on in September.
You a motherfucking lie. September is the month that you recoup your money from the summer and back to school supplies. A lot
in September for me because that's my motherfucking month. So it's always something going on there.
Listen,
but I'm just saying,
kids go back to school.
Imagine if he would have chose a different month, he might have had more people there. Why? Because holidays, those plane tickets is fucking expensive as hell. Okay, they are expensive. In the month of December,
it's not close enough to Christmas for it to be expensive plane tickets.
It's still going. Yes, it was. It's the month of December. Period.
The most expensive time of the month in any cash business, I promise you, and it's just me from working in cash businesses, right? The most expensive months is June, July, August, September. Shit kind of shake back. But you really don't see people pop out until October and start moving normally again.
I only say that, Slim, with the tickets because I had a lot of people was telling me, like, man, I ain't going. The tickets is too high.
I got you, but the tickets is too high.
They saying the ticket was just too high.
Motherfucker been saying Beyonce tickets is too high, and she still keep getting sold out shows.
Hey, that's Beyonce because she can't get none of my money because the tickets is too goddamn high.
But do you not see what I'm saying? People that really want to show up, that there's no such thing as too high.
I hear what you. I hear what you're saying.
It was $50. It was $50
but I just feel like
get a regular table.
Might have had a little bit of a better turnout if it was just chosen a different month.
I don't think he would have got a better turnout. I'm telling you, people really. You still talking about he would have got a better turnout? The people that wanted to see Miss Nietzsche was there. That wanted to meet her for the first time was there. The people that wanted to meet Braid and be at the content house for that month was there. The people that wanted to meet Rick, they came. They wasn't facts over feelings, but these are people that joined other families, you know what I'm saying, around the app that still knew who the fuck Rick was. Where was the bando? You got to remember, you are the host. It's supposed to be bando pack this shit out. It's supposed to be bando pack this shit out. And FOE, the Diamond Mafia, the Kingdom, and all of that shit is supposed to be your profit. Your core group is supposed to be where you made your money back at. And not took a loss. This real shit. Your core group supposed to be where you make your money at.
But I also can understand why he's a little angry because, I mean, that was a hell of a loss. I kind of feel like I would be a little pissed off too, though. I wouldn't blame it on other people. I wouldn't blame it on other people, but I know I'd be a little bit pissed off.
Oh yeah, and $2 crew was there. But now look, and when it comes to that point that you making, I'm with you. I'm with you. And I'm not saying that he not wrong for being mad, but the other part about it is instead of coming back like Reed said, instead of highlighting the negatives, you should have highlighted the positives. Nigga,
but
how do you market that shit again? I can agree with you on that
though, Slim. Now that I'm thinking about it, you know, it's a meet and greet, you know, it's his meet and greet. Cause, you know, even though you're saying Kev, Rick, it's really yours. Yeah, the question, I guess you would be right, is where was the bando?
Exactly. Even in his comedy show, there was no band. It was FOE in that bitch, Diamond Mafia in that bitch.
Well, it was a few people because I seen Sunset there. I seen iHeart there. I seen a few.
Everybody else was deeper than the bando.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what he's really fucked up about. The people
But then you shouldn't be mad at everybody on this app. You should be mad at the band though.
No, you can't do that. This nigga mad at Rick, and he shouldn't be mad at Rick. Rick don't like me and calling women bitches. You know Rick don't stand for the shit that you've been doing for the last 4 months. You know Rick don't stand for none of the shit that you've been doing, but you mad at him because he called you out publicly after he been calling you out for months privately. You are a nigga that can't take criticism. Why you didn't like him, Empress? Why he fell out with me? I called him out. Why he didn't like you? He knew you would call him out. He can't take being called out when he wrong.
But it ain't got nothing to do with us though.
It don't, but that's his problem. But he making it seem like it's us that snaked him or betrayed him or anything of that nature. I even said on my live earlier, you know, the last thing that reignited the beef between me and Kev, well, it started one beef and we squashed that one. We squashed another one after that. That was the second beef. That when he was on, when Shanice was in his comments and Shanice was giving us details about what Sean was doing, and she was like, he was being really sadistic and he was doing this, that, and the third. But she wasn't explaining it all the way. But she started explaining. She started opening up and being vulnerable. He was like, oh, it's getting juicy. And she was telling him like that shit was traumatic for her. And I said, hey, bro, just go ahead and apologize. I can honestly admit, I ain't telling her to apologize because I wanted to make him look bad. I was telling her to apologize so she can keep giving us the motherfucking story. But he didn't understand that shit. That nigga can't take criticism. But go ahead.
I mean, I can't. I just, for me, my whole big fight with him was that I felt like yesterday you were trying to cause a divide between me and him. And I was just like, but why though?
He tried to cause a divide between you and him because you.
I think he was upset when he came over here and he said it because I wouldn't let him get a word in about what he said about Miss Nitra. Because it's one thing that y'all calling each other bitches and hoes and all this shit and, you know, bitch ass niggas, it's one thing. But when you messing with something that we as women go through, that it could be any one of us that goes through this. It could be any one of us women. I mean, we didn't all have babies. We have moments that we are running to that toilet because the baby is on the bladder. It's a lot of reasons that women have had those accidents. For me, it was wrong. Well, I told him that day, I don't care what you say with her, but you shouldn't have jabbed her with that. And I dropped him on his head. I was being honest, so he was mad about that.
He don't respect women. He only respect those women that are around him. 2.
Now, can we be honest?
He can't take accountability. Never.
Well, you know, it ain't my responsibility to make him take accountability. That's up to him. I'm just letting him know that he was wrong. Whether he change it or I can't even make him apologize. You was just wrong. I'm telling you was wrong. As far as him being held accountable or needing to apologize, I don't have no room to make him do none of that. That's up to him.
They say, you know what I mean,
I don't have no room to tell somebody they better go apologize to somebody or you need to be held accountable for your actions. No, I said you wrong for what the fuck you was doing, and you wrong for talking and treating women the way you do, and I don't like it. And I'm gonna tell you about yourself, but I can't hold him accountable or nothing like that because that's up to him. He is awesome, and I think people forget that they have to get older one day. I think people forget they got to get old. So when you get old, you better pray you don't get pinched on if your family don't take care of you. Because you definitely going to be pissing on yourself. Good morning. Hold on, let me see. Divine.
Good morning.
Divine. She probably went to damn sleep.
Good morning.
Not quite yet.
Is Blaze still live? Because they saying stream Blaze.
I don't know. Let me look.
I just wanted to bring up the point that one of the things that we can recognize is that the majority of the bando, I'm not a bandoer, just so you know, but the majority of the bando is female. Where the other platforms who threw galas like Black Diamond and stuff, she has a mixed crowd. She has males and females. Miss Nitra got males and females legit as their supporters, where he really is talking to a bunch of women. So that's also another reason why he failed at that event. Those type of events only make money back at the ticket sales. That's where the money is made. He didn't make any money back, we're aware, but he's also talking to a bunch of women. And then what he says on a consistent basis is like, well, that's a certain type of female, okay? So yeah, he could have picked a different month. That probably would have helped out, but we do need to recognize that he doesn't have an even crowd either. Just saying. You need to gain the masses of anything when you're trying to make money back on anything. It's like that no matter what it is, who you are, what level of life you're in. I don't care if you're trying to sell mayo. At the end of the day, it needs to taste good to YT people. It needs to taste good to Black people. It needs to taste good to Spanish people. It needs to taste good to everybody, okay? That's how you make the majority of the money, not just talking to a small slither piece of a pie that's so huge. And then let's be real, his comedy performance was crude.
I mean, not only that, but I got to think about it because, you know, somebody in the comments was saying, well, Burger King's live is full of nothing but women. See, but you know, if he decided that he wanted to do a meet and greet, it's going to sell out. Why? Because he's likable. They like him. They're going to go support it. It's going to turn out because it's like was almost like what Slim said. Maybe people really don't like him like that. But it's going to turn out, even if, matter of fact, Dime right now can go and say, hey, I'm finna set up this whole shit and I'm finna have a meet and greet for the gazebo. It's going to sell out.
Oh, no.
She's likable.
I agree with that.
Dime did the weekend of the gala and all
no,
the
she actually didn't do a meet and greet. They just went and got them a place because they were already paid for the shit.
Right, but they also all showed out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Dime has male. See, Brain King does have a lot of females.
I just know that if Dime decided she wanted to do a meet and greet, it's going to sell out. HB ever decided she want to do it, it's going to sell out.
Oh hell yeah, it's going to
sell out because they are likable to people. Their supporters are going to show up and show out.
Mm-hmm. And BK, he has a male support system. He brings over. Yeah, he really does. So I mean, I know that we think because of his panel, but the man has a male support system, and it comes from outside of TikTok as well. So, because he knows how to interact with all those different people. I agree, Dime as well. She knows how to interact with all those different people. Stop. I mean, being likable is one thing. In addition to him speaking to a very small population out of a large population.
I'm guessing this is my cue.
Or it's gone from her asking a question like that, even if he felt like she was wrong. Again, I can flip the script and say, oh.
Also, if you're on the panel, just talking on mute.
All of this dynamic, instead of taking it that far on the app with him and getting offended, he could have went to her and said, listen, I would appreciate it if you came to me on the back end instead of saying it on, on live or whatever, because it make you look bad. At the end of the day, that woman had been promoting that party since I had been over there.
I know you motherfucking lying.
Kevin, that lady had been promoting that party.
I don't care nothing about all of that, right? And look here.
Because you don't care about it, don't mean
I'll let you talk. Let's let
him respond real quick, Miss Brown. I'm gonna let you go.
I don't care nothing about all that shit you talk about right there, right? I don't owe her no more attention or respect than I owe anybody else that was attending the Players Ball. And she ain't got no right or no more access to nobody than the police security than anybody else. Y'all wouldn't call Ticketmaster and ask them, tell them, look, I need to make sure y'all ain't gonna ask them that shit. Y'all ain't got no fucking right to call me and ask me or check with me about some shit that y'all done fucking started. You out here in TikTok starting beefs and fights with everybody on this motherfucker. Now you want to call me and question me about the security because you scared somebody gonna come and whoop your ass that you done started a fight with? That ain't got nothing to do with me. I got other shit to worry about. than to worry about somebody that want to tear your ass out the frame because you done said some shit that you ain't had no motherfucking business saying. Worry about your own. If you can't fight, say that. If you can't fight, keep your motherfucking mouth shut. But don't be coming to me and holding me responsible for making sure that you secure about some shit that you done motherfucking started on TikTok and you don't know the guest list. If you know that it's an event that you going to and you don't know the guest list nowhere else, you don't go to no other event and they telling you who all coming so that you can make sure this, that, and the other. No, you just get there and hope a motherfucker don't whoop your ass.
But it wasn't her fight.
If you can't fight, say that.
That wasn't her fight.
Hold on, let her finish. Go ahead, Miss Phenomenal.
That wasn't her fight. That was between two men. She didn't even have nothing to do with it. She wouldn't even know when it started.
Wait, so hold on, pause.
That was between Bray King, and Duffy. That didn't have nothing to do with me.
Wait. You're absolutely right. It was between Bray King and Duffy, but Nitra inserted herself in the protection of Duffy. She the one that was hosting them lives and going in on Bray King, and that's how that thing all started.
And then throw the security of the police ball in the face.
Hold on, okay, let me let her respond real quick. Go ahead, Ms. Phenomenal.
She didn't start it. She was trying.
I didn't say she started it. That's how the beef between her and Bray King started because she inserted herself in the stuff that was
bullshit.
Going on.
Hold on a second, Divine.
She came in protection of Duffy, so she inserted herself in
Divine
argument.
No. She didn't insert herself. She was put in that position.
You hear me, Divine?
Because she was trying to defuse it, talking to both sides. She was not, and even though she was being neutral, she wasn't taking no side.
I know you, motherfucker.
She was trying to stop it at that time before.
Miss Phenomenal, were you there? I'm sorry, because we all watched that. She came in the defense of Duffy. It wasn't her trying to play both sides or trying to mediate anything. She came in the defense of Duffy. Period. That was the first live she had about it. She was like, "No, we're not gonna have that. We protect FOE around here. We are a family." She came in the defense of Duffy, and Bray King started going off on her.
No, before then, because listen, they weren't even at each other. See, and that's what y'all don't be realizing. Y'all get clips and recordings and stuff, but all of the stuff that's not being recorded and the stuff that goes on in live that's not being recorded, people don't see that. You can't read what somebody else is saying or what's going on or what's being said in the live if it's not being recorded or streamed. A lot of things happen on the other side that wasn't streamed and haven't been recorded or y'all didn't hear. It was other things happening in between where she was being a mediator and trying to calm the stuff down before it even got to that point. Because she wasn't even there, like I said, when it started.
She was trying to be a mediator between two men.
I can't hear you.
If she was being a mediator, right, between an issue between two men, she's already going against what she states, that men shouldn't be in women's business and women shouldn't be in men's business. I don't understand why she would do that and then preach.
I mean, she called me a whole
That doesn't matter because FOE is her family. She's going to always talk and have it come between her and her family.
In this family, you don't. That was a roots like outside. When this family.
Sorry, I left for a second. I'm back now.
Now, if he respects her, he'll listen.
Did you get some food?
She can get him to calm down.
I let dogs out in the snow.
It's different because you can talk to either sex or either or. So that's the difference when it's just a random person or some homeboys or homegirls that. Or two homeboys that that's arguing or something. So he respects her and he listens to her. So she was trying to be a mediator to calm the stuff down. Because again, like I said, she had been promoting the players' ball since I had been over there in her life. I can go twice as high.
What in the world is that, Kev?
Remember, let me tell y'all something. Remember when Rose did that to him and Rose played that same song? Think about it. Somebody else, when he was ever so sad when Rose started playing that song, Reading Rainbow, and he was all in his fizz and damn near want to cry on that platform when Rose started playing that song. Now you want to try to come up there and do it. Just slow.
And if you can calm it down or if you can help be a resolution, you don't. Even if it's family members.
I don't think in my opinion, men operate differently. Now, if I could, guys, chill, and I said, but I'm not going to designate myself as a mediator because with men, there's always a lot of violence when things go on. I'm not about that. And I'm not about to get in between that.
Or not. She's comfortable in knowing the people that you are dealing with, so you will know if you can get in between it or not. She's comfortable and know him like that. Cannot, it would have been ugly because he actually listened to her.
Okay, so again, I'm only going by what I saw because I watched this all play out because I watched it live for a particular reason that I don't know if you was in here earlier. Marilla was in here because Marilla I spoke to her on the back end when she reached out to me about this stuff that was going on. So I was particularly watching this whole situation play out.
I'm sorry. My bad, Divine.
You were ahead of me, so I just figured you were.
I was trying to. I'm trying to charge it. I got 1%. It's going to turn back off.
Okay, here you go.
If it's Glam, right?
Yeah.
If I'm correct. And they were literally coming at Morilla, and Brave was protecting Morilla, and basically Duffy was trying to say it was a setup and all this other stuff. And
it was stuff
I do not remember Miss Nitra trying to play mediator. She was protecting Duffy because she said, this is FOE, this is family. We protect each other around here. Now, I do not remember her being mediator, right? Even if she was, that does not exclude the fact that she was inserting herself. Whether she was the mediator or not, she was inserting herself, and that's how her and Braid King started going at it. And that's in turn made her uncomfortable to come to the party because she knew he was going to be there. No. Then in turn made her come on this app and start speaking on the party and the security, which puts the players ball in a bad light of two people that she called her friends, brothers, as she said. So Kev felt some type of way because this was Kev's party because he put all his money up for this party.
Blaze don't never know what he's talking about. He always got himself in some shit and don't know what the hell he's talking about. I have no clue, trying to keep up, but have no clue what really is going on.
Make sure we stick to the people that's involved in this situation right here. I think Slim wasn't even part of that right there in this situation. But I'm just trying to keep it to this situation right now, right? So, again, I'm trying to keep the timeline together here. So, again, she came online. She spoke about the security. Cat felt some type of way about it, as he should. To me, just in my opinion, I felt as though that shouldn't even brought to the app. She felt that type of way. She should have had the conversation off the app. If she didn't have the conversation, still shouldn't have been brought to the app if she felt that these were family members or brothers of hers, like she said, FOE. She protects her family over there, so these are her brothers, so that's family. Get where I'm going with that, right?
Yes. So
it didn't turn out that way, right? It did not turn out that way. So we're going to keep the ball moving forward. Her and Cav start going at it. Cav get called the hoe ass nigga and the bitch ass nigga on Rich Live. That's when Cav states that he started being just disrespectful. He said she disrespected him. She crossed his boundary. Hold on 1 second. This is just what I allege. I'm gonna let you speak, okay? Okay. That's when he allegedly started disrespecting her, and that's where the gloves came off of both of them. All right. All right. So I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Go ahead.
What he said is, hold up. I never called Nidra out her name until she called me a bitch ass nigga, hoe ass nigga, and cussed me out on Rick's Live. Ty, you don't know what you talking about. Even before the Players Ball, after the Players Ball, when she came back talking shit about the comedy show and everything, we roasted each other. Hold up, Ty. We roasted each other and everything. I never called her out of her name. I never called her a bitch, hoe, or anything until that live on Rick's Live, where she called me a bitch ass nigga and a hoe ass nigga.
You don't remember coming over there and waking her up out of? You don't remember coming over there to her live and when that first happened, you don't remember coming over there to her live first?
Ain't nobody ever called Nitra out of her name until that live on Rick's Live, Todd. You don't know what you're talking about.
Empress, if I was asked to ask you a question or whatever, right? A motherfucking man should expect a woman to call them a bitch ass nigga or a hoe anytime we into an altercation or whatever, right? Right or wrong?
You see, I didn't do that. See, I cuss his ass.
No, I say anytime we have an altercation.
I can't, that's how Miss Nitra, and I think Miss Nitra felt that way. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right to
no, Miss Nitra called me a bitch ass nigga too, though. But I'm talking about when they get disrespectful, just because you being disrespectful one way, the first words I expect out of...
He's leaving out the fact that he went over to her platform first, and she was really asleep. And he was already up there screaming and hollering and cussing at those other people. But I didn't hear him call her no bitch or no hoe then. But he was very disrespectful to her, though. He didn't call out her name, but he was already disrespectful to her, though. I will say that. He didn't call her out her name on the platform that day that he ran over there about that security, but he was very disrespectful to her and that platform. And him and Duffy low key got into it that day. Because Nitra was actually asleep.
As a man, the first two words I know I can call a black woman or a woman, well, black women, because I deal with black women mostly. I don't never deal with nothing else. But the first two words I know is to call you fat and a bitch. Goddamn me. I know I'm finna get, I'm going to get a reaction out of that shit. That's the first two go-tos. Just like I know when a woman called, well, y'all going to either call her GAY or a bitch. When y'all no longer have respect for us. I expect this shit out the gate. That's why, if you notice, you heard the lie while I was talking for the haters. You muted, Imp. You muted, Imp.
Yeah, for the haters was on your ass, though.
Exactly. But did you hear how many bitches she called me and I didn't respond?
You right.
I'm immune to it because I know that's the first thing that you're going to go to.
I mean, because that's the only thing that we have as women as our defensive mechanism. But I'm not saying that it's right. I won't ever say that.
It don't gotta be right. It don't gotta be right. Just like when niggas, our first go to is hands. It don't mean it's right. I'm talking about even when it's other niggas, feel me? It don't mean it's right, but it's our first go to. Like, nigga, you can't with me. I'm finna beat your ass. It just, you gotta know what come with the territory when you doing shit. Nigga wanna do shit and think that he can dictate the consequences. That ain't how they go.
Yeah, you're right. It is our go-to. And I think Ms. Nitra reached a fed up point with him. And I'm not condoning what she said because it was wrong. But if you want my honest opinion, I felt like he disrespected her first. It just wasn't that he didn't call her out of her name. He can't say, well, she called me out of my name first, but you disrespected her first because you went on her platform talking crazy to her family and talking shit to her, and she was asleep.
What did he say first that there was? I can give you a real direct
it was
shot.
It was about that security. He was like,
nah. He said FOE. He said FOE stand for fuck over everybody. You a snake. That's you might well call a woman a bitch. You might well call a man a bitch when you start calling him a snake.
He did say that, but I don't know if that was the very first day or not.
It wasn't the first day. First, he tried to come up there and talk about it and be like, nah. And I will say,
yeah, he was very disrespectful the very first day that he went over there because him and Duffy slightly got into it. But when Miss Nitra when they did wake her up, she was trying to calm him down. Like, wait a minute. She was trying to explain, like I said, I was going to call on the back end. She was really trying to explain, but I think as he kept going, she just pretty much said, fuck it. And it was up from there because she kind of was like, well, fuck it. You don't want to hear nothing I'm saying, then fuck it. That's what I got.
Right. So I'm just saying, like, motherfucker be quick to say, nah, why ain't disrespect you this way? Nah, motherfucker, disrespect. You can't tell me how to respond to disrespect, and I can't tell you how to respond to disrespect. But we know disrespect, goddamn me, and that's just that. That's just that. That man was disrespectful. She disrespected him back equally. Okay, I'm sorry. Carry on.
Go ahead, Divine.
On it.
So why would you not be able to, again, go to her if you felt like she did something inappropriate?
All right, so let's hear it from the horse's mouth, Kev. Let's go ahead, Kev. You can respond to that.
This is gaslighting at its finest. I've never seen such gaslighting before in all my life.
Nigga, you gaslight everybody.
There's nothing I'm gonna be able to say
to Ty or anybody else. Y'all, think what you want to think, do what you want to do, say what you want to say. But understand one thing about them tables is they always turn. And when them tables turn,